Hello and welcome back to CG Station. So this tutorial is about CapCut. So we will be creating a video targeted for TikTok or any other social media application or network. So we will be creating something similar to this. It will not be the whole thing. It will take some time to develop and build your video. This one is slightly complicated in building it, but the features are easy to use. Building a complex video will take some time and effort. So let's take a look at this video and let's analyze it. So this video is located on TikTok and same channel is CG Station. And let's take a look. So I'm going to rewind and just begin with it. And as we can notice, we have sound, we have videos, we have text, we have images. And this is what all videos are all about: text, images, and videos. It's just a way to communicate a message. This is very fairly simple to use and make. It's not very complex. It's the complexity, what you put in the scene, it's what makes it complex. So in this example, so you might have a moving images down the bottom, you have a background, you have a text bubbles showing up. Constantly you have to add more sounds to it for more effects, visual effects, and so on. So I will pause and let's switch back to CapCut. So to create a project in CapCut, all you have to do is just create a project, and once you start working on a project, you will see it listed here as recent. And we shall create a project. So this is the interface that we are seeing. We can have different interfaces by selecting here and select whichever interface you are more comfortable with. So usually it will start with the default one, but in my case I was more comfortable with a vertical one. That way you get to see the video on the side and do all your imports and editing here. So let's say that you want to change the aspect ratio of this video. So before we can move on with anything, we need a file. So if you go under media right here, you see the word import. So if you select this button, you can import a video. So in my case, I will be importing one of the videos from Twitch. That's where I stream to. And right here at the bottom, I think it's at the bottom, this is where you get to control the aspect ratio. So before to control the aspect ratio, we need to click here on the material, right? So there's no video right here. This is just a preview, right? So you can hear the sound, the video, and so on. So I'm going to pause for now, and all I have to do is just take the video or the media and just import it. That way we have something within the composition. So right now you can start editing. You can start adding text, images, sounds, and so on. And right here you see the ratio. So we are targeting TikTok, right, or Instagram. So if you click on the ratio, you get to see all the aspect ratios. So I am going to select the 9/16 aspect ratio, and this is what we have. So in this case, I want to scale the image up so that it takes most of the screen, because all I am focusing on is the middle of the screen. So I do not really care about the sides. So you could enlarge the image by selecting one of the handles and just move forward and move move away from the center. Also here under video, you have access to scale. So let's say you created a few, you have sliced your videos and you want to scale all of them uniformly. All you have to do is just group select and scale it right here. So let me show you. So right here, I'm gonna go back to 100%. And right here, let's say I wanna do few slices. So right now I like this view, so I'll just take this. You can zoom in by using your mouse. So um, up to right this point, I want to slice. So I want to turn this video into two pieces. So all I have to do is just split. And right now we have one clip, two clips. And you can take this clip, the second clip, and move it up if you wish. You could also take it another. So if you have other videos, you can also add another layer to it. And right here we have a magnet. So let's say, for example, you move this away and all of a sudden you want all the videos to be played back to back. All you have to do is just activate the magnet. And if you put it on the same image, same layer, it will snap to the other clip. And right now I've talked about how we want to scale both clips together. So we deselect by pressing anywhere within the timeline. All we have to do is just select all, so we can see the two clips being selected, and you can use the scale to scale them uniformly. That way both clips are identical in scale. Or you could just memorize the number and just apply the same number everywhere. Okay, so we have talked about scaling. Again, using the player, you could also change the position of the media. You could also do it here if you are precise. You could also rotate. And if you want to rotate from the media itself, from the player itself, you could also, right here, you see the rotation. You can just press that and rotate. And this is the basic transformation for a video. So what else can we do with CapCut? So right now we have noticed that you can cut, so you can split your videos. So we can have few cuts. And if you use this one, it will get rid of the whatever on the left. So if we go right here, so if you do not care anything about that, you can just click that and it will get rid of it. And if you want to keep both, all you have to do is just click split. So these are delete left and delete right. And you could also flip the video. And right here you can add your sound, so for voiceover. So for example, if you have a video and you want to do a voiceover, you could just click this. If you click this, you can see a dialog comes up and you can see your microphone level. All you have to do is just press record. It will show you a timer. Then after that timer, you start recording your voice. And after that, it will save your voice right here in the media and it will add it to the timeline. So for now, I'm going to delete all of that and I want to add an image. So all I have to do is just go to the media and press import. So I have a reference folder here where I have all my images. And right now, let's say I want to add this one right here. You can see a preview. Once you select something from the import, you can see a preview of it. And all you have to do is just press and drag. So since this is an image, you can make it as long as you want, or you can make it as short as you want. And it will be an image, static, nothing changes. Okay, that's good. So let's talk about animation, and let's put that in here, and let's add this video right here. And I'm going to make two small clips. So I wanna leave this clip first. So right here and press split. I wanna keep both ends, and I wanna find a scene, an interesting scene. So I'm zooming out. I'm going to look for an interesting scene, or a scene I think it is interesting. So let's say this one right here. There's some action here. Or no, maybe not. Maybe some here, there's some action here, right? So let's select that, select the clip, and split it. And this one, I don't want it anymore. And I want to add a second cut. Introduce a second cut. Stop right there and delete anything on the right. So I want to keep those two images, those two clips. So I want to deactivate magnet so I can have more control and flexibility with the video, because if you press the magnet, if you turn it on, it will snap. I don't want it to snap, so I'll introduce some times here, and I want to add this image. So you can see the snapping happening. So if you add more time to the image, you can see the snap. So that way it's timed perfectly. And now we have a clip, an image, and another clip. So how about sound? It's the same thing. So right here with CapCut, you do have access to sound effects. So for example, if you select the sound effect right here, maybe a whoosh sound. So you can see a bunch of sound clips here. So you can take any of these clips and just drag them. You can't add the clip to the main image, to the main anything that is visual layer, so it will take it straight into the audio layer. So right here, so you have access to that audio level. So I haven't talked about those controls yet. So with the lock, you can lock the layer. That way you cannot move it. You can hide it. So if you move the timeline to the image area, you will not see it. If you unhide it, you can see it. And you can also take out the sound. So some media comes with the sound just with this clip. So it does come with the sound. So you can ask it to be muted. So that way it mutes the whole thing. And you can add the sound here. And you can also snap it. So that way when you move from one clip to another, it will play that image. Nice. And you can also control the zoom in and out right here if you want precise zooming in and out. But I usually use mouse to deal with the zooming in and zooming out. Okay, so right now we have a video, we have an image, and we have audio. Very simple. So let's unfreeze this. Let's unlock it, and let's add a transition. So that way we can make the transition from one sound to another very smoothly. I just wanna turn down the sound a little bit. Okay, so right now we can see a bunch of transition. Some is for premium, so you can subscribe. I think it's a yearly subscription, and there are the free ones, and you have those ones. So I will be using one of those free ones, so you can add it right here, but you will see nothing is being made, no connection. And the reason is that you have to have back-to-back media. So right now we have a media right here, so we made sure they are not on a different layer, and now you can add that effect here, and you can see the effect. And if you drag, you can make it longer, or you can make it shorter. So I'm gonna mute this so we can play this video and see how it looks like. With the sound effect, it makes it a lot more interesting. And now, right now, we have transition, we have clips, and we have an image, and we have sound. So what else could we do in CapCut? So do you notice those clips? They come with sound. So if you zoom in, you can actually take that sound and turn it down. That way it has less of an effect. So if you take that sound and you just minimize it, you can see the sound effect becomes less visible. So you can control the volume using within the sound component, or you could just mute it altogether. Okay. So let's add text. Text is very simple, same thing as transition. So we have text right here. If you click on it, it will show you a default text. So you have other stuff here as well. So I'm only interested with the default text. Again, if you press on it, you can add it, and you can see it right here. So I will move the timeline to the text area, and you can see the text right here. Right here you have a text box within basics, so you would see it under this edit component. You can increase the font size, and you can change the text. So let's say hello world. You can change the colors and so on. And you have effects as well. So you can be as creative as you want. But for now, I want to do something very similar to the video that I'm showing you. So right here, if we rewind, you can see the bubble. So how do we do that? Just wanna pause that. So right here, how do we do that? So right here, you can see the option bubble. That's how it's being done. So you have a different designs, bubble designs. You can see it as a label as well if you wish to. So you have so many different options. So you can pick anything that you like and use that for your video. And let's talk about animation. So text is same thing as images. You can control how the duration of it. And animation. So this animation, this part of the process can apply to anything, to an image, to a clip, to anything. So if you go under basic, right now here we see a diamond. This is a keyframe. So let's go back to the image and let's rewind it to the first frame of that image, of that text, and let's activate the keyframe. So if we activate the keyframe, you can see right here a keyframe being added. So if we right click on it and show variable speed animation, you can see what we are applying the animation to. So in this case, it would be color. So right now that we don't have anything, so let's move that to maybe 5 seconds, not 5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds, and let's change that to maybe red. And now you can see the text transitioning from black to red. So you can tell which one is being transitioned to. We can also animate font speed, sorry, position. So if we look for the position or maybe scale, we could do that as well. So let's go with the scale one, just for the sake of uh, just to show you. Okay. So we have created a keyframe, and let's move the timeline just a little bit more, and let's make it a little bit bigger. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Right here. Let's make it just a little bit bigger, and we can see another keyframe being added here. So if we go under transformation, we can see the graph, and you can change the graph, the curves, maybe make it just a little bit smoother if you wish, so that you can do ease in and ease out kind of animation. So right now you have maybe for ease in, you can see the handle being added, and here maybe ease out. So right now, right here, we want to do ease out, and this one ease in, maybe ease. So that way you have one of those animation principle being applied to your component. So far we have talked about media, the different media you can import. Uh, we talked about the properties where you can scale, you can add transition, you can animate, you can add complex animation to it, and you can add an image. And let's say you want to add another background image right here. So right now this one, let's minimize it. Let's say you want to add another background image here. So you could just select all of those clips and just move them up. And now you have the base layer empty. And if you switch back to media and do an import, You can add a background image, maybe just drag and drop. Since it's an image, you can make it as long as you want. And let's select those images or those clips and just make it a little bit smaller. And let's move the timeline so that you can see the movie. If we press hold and click control, hold the control and multi-select object, we can just control the size of the selected clips. And this one is just fine the way it is right now. And if we select the background image, we can, let's change the position of the timeline and select the image, background image, and just make that a little bit bigger. So we can see that the scale of this one here has not changed because we did not change it from here. So if we do 100, you will notice the other clip has changed in size, and if we scale them, it will scale both images together or both clips together. Awesome. And that is all there is to it. So you have other stuff as well you can explore by yourself. Look at the properties, see what you can add and what you can't. Be aware anything with a Pro, you need to have a yearly subscription. It will not allow you to export. And once you're done with your video, all you need to do is just press export. You can select what resolution you want. You can select the bitrate and among other stuff. The audio, if you want to export the audio, and which format, if you want to do that separately. Maybe you have a bunch of audios you have composed together and you maybe want to export that out. And one other thing, all you have to do is just click export. And one the other thing I want to talk about here is if we select multi-select clips on the same layer, we can also like add a compound clip. So what it does is it just moves it to a different project or different clip. That way you can do all your editing without the outside noise. And one last thing I just want to talk about what I have shown with my video is, so let's say you want to freeze a clip just right here. You just want to freeze that. All you have to do is just select the image, right click, and edit and freeze. And now it freezes that moment in time, and then it goes on. And that's it. It's a very simple application. The complexity of it also depends on you and what you want to see with your videos. And yeah, and that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Have a nice one. Bye.